There is a video on YouTube that feels less like content and more like a crime scene with the sound turned down. A man sits alone in a blank white room, forcing down a bowl of thick soup, sobbing so hard he can barely breathe, while two faceless mascot creatures step into frame and begin touching him like they're comforting a prisoner. This clip is known as Blank Room Soup, and for almost 2 decades people have argued about one question. Did we all just watch a piece of weird performance art? Or did we accidentally witness a real act of humiliation and control? Today on Criminal Case Network, we're going to break down this infamous 1-minute video frame by frame, talk about the only real clues we have, and look at the theories around whether a crime might actually be hiding under all that silence and laughter. What makes Blank Room Soup so disturbing is not gore, but power. One man breaking down in front of a camera while everyone else stays anonymous behind masks. The video opens on a tiny, windowless room. White walls, no decorations, no visible doors in frame, just a plain table pushed against the back wall. Sitting at that table is a man who appears to be of Asian descent. In front of him is a bowl of thick, chunky soup or stew, and he's eating it with a large wooden spoon, almost like something you'd find in a kitchen drawer, not a restaurant. Right away, his body language is wrong. He's hunched over, shoulders tight, and his movements are sloppy. He's not savoring the food. He's shoveling it into his mouth, struggling to breathe between bites. As he eats, his face is twisted, his eyes are wet, and you can hear him sobbing. He looks exhausted and emotionally shattered, like someone who's been crying a lot longer than this camera has been rolling. For a few seconds, it's just him and the sound of his own choking sobs echoing in that empty room. Then, without warning, a figure appears from the left side of the frame. It's wearing an oversized, cartoonish costume, black body, big rounded head, and a smooth white face with no features at all. The character walks right up behind him and begins to pat his back. On paper, that sounds like comfort. In the video, it feels like control. The man's crying instantly ramps up. His shoulders shake harder, and instead of stopping to catch his breath, he starts eating faster, jamming spoonfuls of soup into his mouth. It looks less like someone being comforted and more like someone being pushed to keep going. If you listen closely, underneath his sobs, you can hear something else. Faint, distant laughter from somewhere near the camera. Whoever is filming this, they're not stepping in to help. They're entertained. A few seconds later, a second costumed figure enters from the right side of the shot. It's dressed just like the first one. Big soft body, oversized featureless head, the same blank white face turned toward the man at the table. Now there are 2 of them, closing in on him. One stands behind him, patting his back and shoulders. The other leans in closer from the side, moving in that exaggerated, bouncy way mascots move at theme parks. Except here there's no joy, no audience. Just one broken man and the sound of someone giggling behind the camera. The man keeps trying to eat. He cries harder. At points it looks like he's almost gagging, like he can't swallow and cry at the same time. But he keeps going, like stopping isn't an option. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the video ends. No fade out, no credits, no text. Just a hard cut to black. There's no spoken dialogue in Blank Room Soup. No threats, no instructions, no screams. There's no visible weapon. No one strikes him on camera. But there are a few things that make this feel less like a skit and more like raw documentation of a power imbalance. The man's crying is messy and uncontrolled, not theatrical. His breathing is uneven, and he doesn't seem to care what he looks like on camera. He speeds up his eating when the mascots touch him, instead of stopping or pushing them away, which suggests pressure, not comfort. The room is stripped of any identifying detail. No posters, no windows, nothing that gives away location, language, or context. And there is off-camera laughter while he's clearly in distress. If this is performance, it's designed to look as real and dehumanizing as possible. If it's not performance, then somebody filmed a man's breakdown for fun and posted it online. Either way, it tells us something about the people behind the camera. So now that you've seen the breakdown, I want to hear what you think. When you watch Blank Room Soup, does it feel like a staged performance, a real act of humiliation, or something in between? Stay curious, stay critical, and I'll see you in the next investigation.